Hey Nobhill Nighthawks, this is Module 5, Lesson 23. In this lesson, we're going to start a little bit of multiplying with fractions. So our objective is I will be able to add and multiply unit fractions to build fractions greater than 1 using visual models. And those visual models will be number lines in this one. So just to get our thought process of what multiplication is. Okay, so remember multiplication is repeated addition. So if I had 6 times 2, well, we know that is 12. And I could think of this as 6 copies of 2, or 6 groups of 2. So I could show this as an addition sentence that looks like 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 2. And if we skip counted, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, we get the same answer. So multiplication, we're making multiple groups of whatever we are multiplying by. 6 copies of 2 would be 6 times 2. Okay, so this would be the same if we had a fraction. 6 times 1/2. Well, we can think of it the same as, well, if I have 6 groups of 2, this means I have 6 groups of 1/2. So we can rewrite this as an addition sentence. 1/2 plus 1/2 until we have 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what do we know about adding fractions? We know that our denominator is going to stay the same, and we only add our numerators. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to write it up here because I ran out of room. This would be 6 halves. Okay, so when we are multiplying a whole number by a fraction, we multiply our whole number by the numerator. So we're going to take 6 times 1 because I have 6 halves. So you can think of that as that addition sentence. That means I'm going to have 6 halves. Okay, we can rewrite this. How many groups of 2 can I make out of 6? Because I need 2 to make one whole, right? So how many wholes can I make? 2, 4, 6. So 6 halves is equal to 3. Okay. Let's look at that again with a different one. I'm going to stick with 6. So if I have 6 times 1/3, okay, think of that as that repeated addition. Well, if I have 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 6 times, or we can just think, well, if I multiply however many copies I have times my numerator, this is going to become 6/3. Okay, how many thirds do I need to make one whole? Well, I need 3, and I can make 3, 6, 2 groups of 3 if I have 6. Okay, so let's see what this would look like on a number line. So I'm timesing by 1/3, so I'm going to break my number line into thirds. Okay, so there's my whole numbers. There's 1/3, 2/3. So each of these are worth 3/3, right? So if I were to go from 0 to 1, I could say that was 3 times 1/3, which is 1. And I need 6 times 1/3, so I need to do that one more time. Boop. And that is 3 times 1/3. So I went 6 groups of 1/3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/3 is equal to 2. Okay, so the number line can help you. You can just break it, whatever fraction you're multiplying by is what you break your number line into, and then you can count if you want to, or because I know that there's 3 thirds and 1, I went 3, 6. Okay? That might be a little confusing, but this is our goal, is just to be able to do this. Remember, the visual models, the area models, the tape diagrams, the number lines are all just visuals to help you understand what's happening. Okay? All right, let's do 12 times 1/4. So I have 12 copies of 1/4. I'm working with force. So I'm going to go break my number line into force. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because how many fourths do I need to make 1? I need 4. So if I went from 0 to 1, that would be 4 times 1/4. And I need 12. So there's 4. 4 plus 4 gives me 8. If I did 4 more, that's going to give me 12. So 12 copies. 4, 8, 12. You could even count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 times 1/4. If I just do the multiplication, 12 times 1 gives me 12 fourths. Well, 4 can go into 12 3 times. 4, 8, 12. So 12 times 1/4 is equal to 3. All right. So I'm going to write this one differently because you're going to see it either on a test or on your practice. So if I had 7 copies of 1/3, that's really just our multiplication written in word form. 7 copies of 1/3, we would write that as 7 times 1/3. So let's solve this without our number line. Well, 7 times 1 gives me 7 thirds. How many groups of 3 can I make out of 7? 3, 6. So if I take that 6 thirds, which is equal to 2, that's going to leave me with 1/3. So our answer is 2 and 1/3. 6 thirds equals to 2 is equal to 2 plus that 1/3. Okay, so if you see it written like this, that's why I keep saying, well, 7 copies of 1/3. 7 times 1/3. So sometimes they write it slightly differently, just so you're able to see what's happening. All right, let's do 10 times 1/4. 10 copies of 1/4. So you can think 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 10 times, or we can say, well, 10 times 1 gives me 10. Denominator stays fourths. I don't take 10 times 4 and 10 times 1 because I'm multiplying out. I'm not trying to make equivalent fractions. That's the only time we do whatever we do to the bottom, we do to the top, is when we're making equivalent fractions. These were just, it's a multiplication sentence. So 10 times 1/4 means I have 10 copies of 1/4. I have 10 fourths. How many fourths do I need to make one whole? I need 4. Can I make more than 1? 4, 8, 12. I can take 8 of those, which is equal to 2. 10 minus 8 leaves us with 2 fourths. So we have 2 and 2 fourths, or you could write that as 2 and 1/2, because 2 is half of 4. But we'll get more into that later. Simplifying is what that's called. All right, we'll do 2 more together. 14 times 1/3. 14 copies of 1/3. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Or we can just think our multiplication, our denominator staying the same. 14 times 1, 14/3. How many thirds does it take to make 1? It takes 3. So let's see how many wholes can we make. 3, 6, 9, 12. That 12/3 is equal to 4. 14 minus 12 leaves us with 2/3. 4 and 2/3. Okay. All right, last one for the day. Hopefully that you guys are doing okay with this. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause or rewatch the video as we're going through. 8 times 1/2. We know our denominator is going to stay the same. 8 times 1 gives us 8. Remember, 8 copies of 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. It's much shorter just to multiply instead of doing all that addition. Okay? 8 halves. We need 2 to make 1 whole. So let's see, how many wholes can we make? 2, 4, 6, 8. We can make 4. So 8 halves is equivalent to 4. All right, you guys. Awesome job. Everything that came out this week, we will be able to review next week in person, which is really exciting. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys ask them or pop onto office hours this week. But we'll really solidify it next week. All right, you guys, nice work, and we will see you guys soon.